Cloud cover has remained stubborn again for southeastern portions of KELOLAND, but some locations were at least able to get in on some sunshine today. We do keep an eye on the skies out west this evening. Overnight, though, for the chance to have some stronger thunderstorms, a few showers overnight to the east. Lows will be mainly in the 60s. Then we get ready for a soggy day on Wednesday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms are likely, with heavy rain not out of the question as well. We'll talk about that and go through the rest of your forecast coming up. But until then, First at 4 starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group. KELOLAND News, first at 4.
Coming up, how this year's traffic count for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally compares to the past 5 years.
Plus, we take a look at the foggy morning drive in southeastern South Dakota.
And how an Iowa school district is clearing the confusion around transportation to and from child care centers. Good afternoon, and thanks for tuning in to First at 4. I'm Don Jorgensen.
And I'm Kelly Volk. A Pine Ridge man is headed to federal prison for enticing a minor online. Today, a judge sentenced 37-year-old Rowland Coombs to 10 years behind bars, followed by 10 years of supervision.
In 2021, Coombs used his phone to set up a sexual encounter with a teenage girl. He was also accused of sexually abusing another girl, but those charges were dropped as part of a plea deal. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating deadly motorcycle crashes on opposite ends of the state. Late last night, a 29-year-old man went off Interstate 90 about 2 miles east of Sioux Falls. He went into the ditch and was thrown from his bike and died of his injuries. Around 6:30 last night, authorities say that a 22-year-old man failed to negotiate a curve about 10 miles south of Spearfish. He was also thrown from his motorcycle and died of his injuries.
Well, now that the 84th Sturgis Motorcycle Rally is over, we're getting a look at how many vehicles came into town. The South Dakota Department of Transportation says just under 471,000 cars, trucks, and motorcycles entered Sturgis for this year's rally. That's down 1,800 from the 5-year average. Just 2 of the 10 days saw an increase in traffic. Thursday was up 1%, while Saturday was up almost 2%. A full report will be released next week.
It was a foggy start to the day for parts of southeastern South Dakota. Take a look at this. Our chief photographer, Kevin Kiergaard, he was able to capture this video this morning in the Sioux Falls area. Visibility was down to less than a mile in some spots. This morning's fog has meteorologist Scott Munt thinking about the 90-day fog theory. He's going to explain that theory and let you know when to expect the first snowfall. That's coming up tonight on KELOLAND News at 6.
You know,
don't like the sounds of that.
When I woke up this morning and looked out my window and saw the fog, that's the first thing I thought of was Scott's 90-day theory.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. All right, let's get a check of the weather because it sounds like we have some interesting weather coming tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of rain. We're not discussing snow anytime soon here, but plenty of moisture to talk about all the same as we go into the night, and more so for the day on Wednesday. We'll get to the details on that in a little bit, but once again, cloud cover has been the bane of today's forecast in Sioux Falls. Here's a view downtown. 72 is our current temperature at the airport. That's also our high so far. South wind at 9 miles per hour. We've had 2 sources of cloud cover today that have just converged over southeastern KELOLAND. We'll show off on visible satellite coming up in a little bit, but not everybody had those gray skies. Take a look at Rapid City. Southerly breeze, some sunshine at least, better than what we've seen here in Sioux Falls, and as a result, they're at 93 out in Pennington County. That's southerly wind at 18 miles per hour. 87 right now in Phillip, 84 for Faith and Spearfish, 86 up in Buffalo, 74, they'll compare that in Chamberlain, or 67 for Mitchell, 71 in Huron, 70 Brookings and Worthington, and 74 in Yankton. That wind yesterday wasn't that bad. Today, though, it's starting to pick up. Also notice the direction, south by southeast. That's bringing in a little more warmth. It's also going to bring in more moisture as we go into the day on Wednesday. So there are those 2 sources of cloud cover. You can see it on visible satellite. A lower level of cloud down coming up from the southeast, and then a higher level coming in from central South Dakota. And the end result, at least over Sioux Falls, we have really been struggling to get some sunshine in place. And as a result, temperatures have also taken a pretty decent hit. Lows tonight will be mainly in the 60s, but the big story is going to be showers and thunderstorms developing out west that will then spread eastward for the day on Wednesday. We'll go into more detail on that and the rest of your forecast as we head through the hour.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. Parents in Newton, Iowa were concerned that the school district was cutting transportation to and from child care centers for the school year. But during a school board meeting last night, the district superintendent cleared the air. Ophelia Jacobson with our CBS affiliate in Des Moines explains.
There is low-income families out there that need, that have to have that transportation.
Parents in Newton are worried transportation to and from child care providers will be cut by the school district.
Why was there no discussion? Were there discussions outside of meetings?
Several showed up to Monday's school board meeting to raise questions. Parents told KCCI they only found out about the apparent change a couple of weeks ago from their child care centers.
I was very confused as to why the change all of a sudden, especially like 2 or 3 weeks before school was set to start.
A document posted to the meeting's agenda related to the district's student school transportation eligibility policy says transportation would be provided to and from the YMCA Child Care Center. The document did not list other centers in Newton, like Newton Early Learning Academy and Peck Child Development Center. That caused panic. The school board says they never meant to intentionally leave out any center.
I completely understand this is a situation that is frustrating some of our families, and that there's a short window of time to develop other plans at this point.
Superintendent Tom Messenger set the record straight Monday night, telling parents the school district will continue to provide transportation to the child care centers who received it during the 2023-2024 school year for the start of the school year. Parents tell KCCI they wish the school district had been more clear and transparent, and the owner of one of the child care centers in town agrees.
I would have liked to have heard directly from the school district instead of through a parent.
Paloma Keith owns Newton Early Learning Academy. She says she hopes everyone can move forward from the misunderstanding.
Mistakes happen. And that's why we're here, and it appears that it was corrected, at least for now.
The superintendent asked the school board to review the current school transportation policy. The earliest that could happen is August 26th. It takes 2 readings to change board policy. In Newton, Ophelia Jacobson, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.